So, there is a meme coin. It's called pTGC, the Greys Currency, mascot, a gray alien, community, obsessed with UFOs, branding full extraterrestrial. And with a completely straight face, after 20 years studying money, sovereignty, and the economics of the kingdom, I'm telling you, this ridiculous alien token on a blockchain most of the financial world still mocks is a strikingly resonant echo of kingdom economics. The divine comedy has always hidden glory inside the grotesque. Stay with me. Most meme coins are digital confetti, jokes that briefly glitter then die. But a meme, at its root, is shared meaning. Richard Dawkins's original idea, an idea that replicates because it captures something true or resonant about our shared experience. And what pTGC captured, whether its creators knew it or not, is that the existing financial system feels alien to human flourishing. The people who built it do not share the values of the people who live inside it. It is, in the biblical sense, a foreign occupation. That's not new. Enoch, Jubilees, Deuteronomy knew it. And Hebrews 11:13 reminds us that God's people have always been strangers and exiles on the earth. The alien mascot isn't random. It's the biblical not of this world, John 17:16, turned into covenant participation. The Spirit has a sense of humor. Now forget the mascot. Look at the actual architecture. What sounds like a joke reveals itself as a digital parable of Leviticus. First, it functions as a living index, a shared basket of the PulseChain ecosystem, rebalanced by arbitrage bots. When the whole community thrives, every holder participates in the collective fruit, not lone wolf speculation. This is Proverbs 13:22 in code. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Second, it is yield-bearing. Stake it, and trading activity plus treasury mechanics pay you simply for remaining faithful. Patience produces increase. This is Sabbath economics. Third, it is deflationary. The Dow executes regular buybacks and burns, permanently shrinking supply. This is digital Jubilee, Leviticus 25, the structural reversal of wealth concentration built into the protocol itself. Fourth, it is Dow-governed. No CEO, no board, no regulator can override the consensus of participants. Covenant community sets its own terms, different economics for the household of faith than for outsiders. Deuteronomy 23:19, 20 in smart contract form. I didn't design this. I didn't write the contracts, but someone, knowingly or not, encoded Jubilee mechanics and put an alien on the front of it. Here is where the theology stops being theoretical. A few days ago, this tiny community, roughly 4,000 to 5,000 real holders, pushed pTGC 100% in a single week, in USD, in PLS, with no help from PulseChain, no Bitcoin rally, no exchange listing, no influencer campaign, just the community, deciding together to honor the vessel. That is not a market event. That is a covenant act. This is the widow's mite principle applied to a digital treasury. The small, the overlooked, the dismissed, bringing what they have and multiplying it through shared commitment. And the math responds. Not because of hype, because of covenant. That is how the kingdom has always grown. Dante called his work a comedy not because it was funny, but because it begins in hell and ends in heaven. The journey through the absurd, the grotesque, and the ridiculous arrives at the beatific vision. The meme coin is the inferno. The alien mascot is the grotesque. 4,000 people holding a UFO token on a dismissed blockchain. That is the absurdity. And running silently in the smart contracts, accumulating yield, executing burns, governing by consensus, doubling in a week on the strength of covenant community alone, is the Paradiso. Jubilee restored, inheritance secured, covenant community self-ruling. God has always chosen the foolish things to shame the wise. 1 Corinthians 1:27, a meme coin about aliens is exactly the kind of clay jar the Spirit would pick. For the individual sovereign steward building a treasury free from banks and inflation, pTGC is covenant land in digital form. Hold it, stake it, collect the yield. DCA on strength days. Let the mechanics do the work. For the covenant community, church, ministry, family office, believer Dow, it is the reserve layer of a sovereign economic zone. 5 pillars, 5 books of Moses, the number of grace. For the institutional sovereign wealth fund seeking non-correlated, non-inflationary, yield-bearing exposure outside regulatory capture, the float math and organic conviction buying suggest real asymmetric upside. A community that can double an asset in a week through covenant participation alone is a community worth understanding. We are already living in a meme economy. The dollar is a meme. The stock market is a meme. The question is, which memes you choose to covenant with? I choose the alien meme coin with the Jubilee mechanics. Not because it's funny, though it is. Not because it might make me rich, though it might. But because someone built a covenant economics instrument, put an alien on the front, and released it into the world. And the small community that found it has shown that convicted holders can create something the empires cannot touch, cannot inflate, and cannot control. That is not a meme. That is a testimony. If you want to explore how this fits the 81-book canon, Jubilee economics, and the administrative mandate of the kingdom, come find me. The conversation is just getting started. This video is for educational and theological discussion only. Nothing here is financial advice. Do your own research.